everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We're called The Movie Reference. Margarita says it in Spanish, but I don't know how to say it. So, welcome to The Movie Reference. Today we have me. We have my brother, Mark Anthony. And my fiance.
Oh no! I got it. Oh,
this is so embarrassing.
I got it. Hold on.
You sure? Louder.
Nailed it.
Can't even hear it.
There
we go.
Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, welcome to the club.
Yeah, engagement party of 4.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, so that's what happened this weekend. We'll talk about things that happened this week. We watched Dune. And then on the weekend we got engaged. It was super romantico.
Aw, that's so nice.
Yeah. But if you want to know more, you have to ask. So
watch this. I love it. I love it. If you don't know,
too damn bad. No, I'm kidding. Nathan planned a whole trip for us a long time ago, and I almost forgot about it. I asked for the day off again, and then we had a weekend away, and I thought it was just gonna be a normal weekend away. I was like, oh, he's like planning our dates. I don't have to come up with anything. I was like, it's super cute. He took me a nice picnic on Mount Bonell on Friday. And then Saturday we went shopping and we had like a great day. And he took me to a winery. And then all of a sudden, got back to the hotel, it's decorated. By whom? Mark Anthony and Lisette. They decorated the room super cute with roses and candles. And then he proposed to me. It was so sweet. We both cried. I can't believe it. I didn't think I'd be one of those people that cry, but I cried because it was just so romantic.
Aww.
It was super thoughtful. The whole weekend was thoughtful. And then he got me the ring that I wanted.
And he had an awesome box.
Yes, a cool box. And then we had a dinner afterwards with Riley Lizette. These fools showed up out of nowhere.
We were supposed to be, the plan was to come after you guys sat, or we were already sitting. But the thing is, the timing of it, we literally just said, oh, we're here for the win party. And then you guys came in.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So we didn't get to like play it up or anything like that. But, we were so happy when we saw your face. And, like we said, we had no doubts that was going to be yes. So we went in full positivity. Congratulations. You didn't even get to say we're engaged. We're just like, congratulations.
So. Whenever we were checking out the hotel guy, I think you had him. Was he? He asked, so how did it go?
Oh yeah, he was like, or did he say congratulations first?
He said, how did it go?
Oh yeah, because I didn't want to assume, and then I was like, no, I said yes.
Aw, that's awesome. He was a cool dude. I'm glad he let us in.
And then we, to solidify our friendships together, we got matching tattoos.
Woo! Yeah, we did, buddy. That was the most painful experience of my life.
I've been planning for these tattoos since September, and I bought ink box tattoos for all of us so we could see it because it's like fake, semi-permanent. And I was like, this would be really cute. Man, do I regret? That was so painful. I love this tattoo though. It's so cute, but that shit hurt so bad.
Yeah.
I was Ethan's hand to death. Huh, babe?
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, I was squeezing his hand
Oh
hard.
man, it was one of those days where just like
Instant
you
regret.
you came up with the idea and it was like, oh yeah, that's such a cute idea, whatever. And like we didn't really know what we were gonna get. We just like we found these cute dinosaur tattoos that didn't really have meaning just yet. But little did we know that after 2 months or so, it started building meaning behind it. Like it was like, oh, this is to solidify how we feel about one another, and the fact that you guys got engaged, and we actually got engaged the same weekend a year before, which is crazy.
Which wasn't planned either, huh? babe?
No,
That's correct.
Yes.
it was it was all an accident, or I don't know if accident's the right
Coincidence.
word, but yeah, coincidence. There we go. And so it was like, oh, we have to. And as soon as the tattoo artist says, okay, who's first? She is. I
Like we go first. Abuse.
So
I was
worth
so
it.
terrified because I'm not good with like anticipating pain.
Yeah,
But luckily I knew not to move.
yeah,
That's what I
that's
was
a good
really
start.
scared of. Like I was scared of like jerking because
Yeah.
I told you guys when I got my belly button piercing because I was anticipating the needle because he's like squeezing on my belly button
Yeah.
and he's like stop laughing. Like I laughed because I was anticipating the pain.
Oh, yeah,
And so I had to stop, but I couldn't.
I feel it.
So I was like wondering what was gonna happen if I had the tattoo. But it happened. It was faster than I thought, and it was more painful than I thought. And I'm happy with it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely hurt. Um there's a lot of pictures of me with my you have like a whole perfect slideshow of happiness to pain,
Yeah.
excitement, pain. Like and it was weird because it was just like one of those feelings like we said, it literally felt like a mechanical pencil being dug into your skin.
Yeah.
And but once it was over, I was like, cool. But I also felt like I couldn't use my hand anymore. So
Yeah. My arm was like singing.
It only lasted like 5 minutes.
Nathan, he's over here. He had the biggest bandage than all of us.
It was the better banded.
Yeah, he didn't have to tear it off. Like he didn't have the surgical tape.
Oh, see, yeah, that tape, that when you put it on, I was like, whoa, we're that serious. And then taking it off, I am not kidding. I made a noise. I went to taking it off because it was ripping my hairs off my arm. But no regrets. I love it though. I feel like we're like the Power Rangers now.
Ooh.
Who was the Triceratops? Was that the
What?
Black Ranger or the Blue Ranger?
Oh man.
The pterodactyl was the Pink Ranger. So good on you.
Power Rangers dinosaurs?
Yeah, they had dinosaurs. No,
You know what? I think you're right.
I know the Tyrannosaurus Rex is the Red Ranger.
Is this like a different like series of Power Rangers? Like they had a bunch of different Power Rangers series.
No, they morphed, babe.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's the one that Brittany and I grew up on.
What dinosaurs are the Power Rangers? They had the Tyrannosaurus, the pterodactyl, Triceratops, and saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, we should have got a saber tooth.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Somebody's gotta change.
I'm not going through that again.
Another one. She could be the saber tooth.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, she's the T-Rex already. So
Yeah.
Mark
You're the
Anthony
one.
or me have to do it because you have the pterodactyl.
I'm a Triceratops, so
Oh, son of a gun.
yep.
Not good.
Sucks to suck.
No, thank you. That is a cool look.
I do, but it also it means the world to me, and I'm glad I got to do it with you guys, and I'm glad we got to celebrate. It was such a fun, tiring weekend at the same time because I also got to catch up with the cousins. That was nice. Met up with Alex, who's our biggest fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does he actually listen to us?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Oh my god. So he's got like a joke.
He hinted at he works out at the gym and hates music and I go, what do you listen to? Podcast. But he wasn't very specific if it was us. I also told him to come on the show one day,
Wasn't he already on the show?
Yeah, I mean, he did the Who and What Movie podcast. We did the Man of Steel classic episode. That was a good one. I like that one. Yeah, so anything else you want to share before we get into what we're going to get into here?
No, that was pretty much it.
Well, awesome. And then I want to bring something up real quick. I want to get your take on it. Okay, I got a little passionate today.
Uh-oh.
I got infuriated, and now I'm calm, so it probably won't come out as angry as I felt.
Oh.
I'm not gonna name the actor, and I'm not gonna name specifics.
Well, this sounds juicy.
Well, it just irks me when actors complain about roles that they're known for.
Oh, like they don't appreciate the role they were given?
Especially when they're famous off of that role.
Wait. Who are we talking about?
This isn't Brittany's TMZ report. This is Mark Anthony's passionate speech report.
It sounds like a TMZ report. Was it direct quotes, Mark Anthony?
I will say this. I'm gonna see if you can find it, and I will confirm at the end if you get it right. It's somebody that's in a recent movie that we're actually going to talk about today. Let's see if you can find out who it is.
Dune?
Yeah, that's the movie. Yes.
Okay, so is it Timothy Chalamet?
No.
Is it Oscar Isaac?
Hold on. Rules. You get 5 guesses, so that's 2. So no.
Wait.
I only know like 2 of the actors.
It can't be Zendaya. I'm gonna go with Momoa?
No, he's too cool. 2 more guesses.
Josh Brolin?
No, not Brolin. 1 more guess.
Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. How do I not know?
I hope you don't get it right.
You're not up with your TMZ, babe. What's going on?
Let me Google it.
Can I continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's just like it's not a big thing. I get it, like in regular life we have jobs that we don't really like and we move on and stuff like that. But like when
Batista?
you're known yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen, all due respect to the dude, he's super muscular and all that stuff, and I forget where I read it. It was, I think I saw it on Instagram, and I think it's actually from like ABC News or something like that. But it's like, I get it. You can be happy for other roles, but like, why do you have to talk mess about something that you're known for?
Wrestling?
I get it. Huh?
Wrestling?
No, well, yeah, he's known for wrestling, but he became an actor and he got really successful when he played Drax, right? From Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what he's known for.
He regrets that?
He's not that he regrets it. His comment was like, I can do more than be shirtless kind of thing and say stupid stuff. Right. And I was like, well, you're kind of like the comedic bits. And at the same time, I could see how it could be frustrating, because Guardians Volume 2, they really leaned into his comedy. And because they were saving Thanos, his storyline kind of, had nowhere to really go or grow at that time.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about the revenge of his loved ones that died. But it's like, you had fun doing it, right? And it gave you opportunities to do more things.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you going to talk about it? And I get it if it's a paycheck and all that stuff. And you, if you're not satisfied, well, be like Terrence Howard and leave. Like, and I don't want to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be respectful.
I feel you,
Just
bro.
it's just one of those things that, you know, aside from people like me, these average Joes, but there's actually thousands of actors out there that would be dying to play that role that you got to play.
Big time. I'd be down.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, it just gives me a bad taste in my mouth, and it happens with actors over periods of time, and they end up talking some mess about a role. And he was talking about how he's happy to be in Dune, and how it's like he gets to play a deep character. Homeboy, he was in it, what, three? He was in like 3 scenes, right? 4 scenes,
Yeah,
maybe.
he barely even talked in it.
He had one like real speaking part where he's yelling at what's his name, Skarsgård, the warden or whatever his name is. We don't know anything about the character. We know more about Drax than we know about whoever he's playing in the Dune movie.
Maybe it's in part 2.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying, is like, and he did a great job, I think, in Army of the Dead. But it's just like, listen, man, Drax is your starting point. I get it if you don't like it. I understand. I respect you. Don't hurt me, but don't talk mess about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's what made you, man. So, anyways, bottom line is, be humble.
Sit down.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. You know, honestly, guys, I'm sweating because I'm like, I hope I didn't say it like mean. Like, I know you guys told me.
You didn't roast him enough.
Exactly.
You guys tell me all the time you need to be meaner, and I'm like, I'm sweating just from saying that. Like,
what are you mean?
That's step 1.
Step 1.
You gotta get angry. You gotta get mean.
Man, I was so passionate though. Today when I read it, I was so mad. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you know, our cousin Alex, this dude went full-blown training mode and all this stuff, did all the classes. I bet he would love to play Drax and probably would never complain about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I digress. It's happened more than once, and it's just like, come on, guys. You could be happy about other roles. I get it. And you might be getting better and better as an actor, and maybe you want more from fulfilling stuff, but it's like, you know, either leave the role or accept it and maybe talk mess about it behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to hear about it.
We don't want to hear your bullshit.
Exactly. Oh my God, I'm shaking. Like, I feel like Dave Bautista is gonna come after me.
Why? Like, I don't know. At least he's putting his name out there. Like, you can't complain about something that's like.
It wasn't me. It was all my sister. She told me to say it.
Like how, whatever. You saw Matthew McConaughey. He like, what's the word called? He embraces his role from
The Hangover.
No.
All right.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused. Like he lives that down.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So he puts that in every speech. He knows that made him what he is. Give him his stepping stone. You appreciate the stepping stone. Even if that movie wasn't that great.
That's exactly what you should do.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
We just appreciate good things, bro.
You know? Oh my gosh.
Well, let's rip this movie a new one.
We're gonna get into our Dune review. Forewarning, I don't know what Brittany is gonna spoil. So spoiler warning off the top, just in case.
Let me just tell the audience one thing. Nothing to spoil. Because nothing happened.
Oh my gosh. I want you to go first. Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
And on a good
Wait. Nathan. I want Nathan to tell us his review first.
There you go.
of Dune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like a 2.5 hour movie, right?
Yep.
There was just like an hour. It was really slow overall. And there was like an hour before anything interesting happened.
hmm
And then it was like, all right, it's getting exciting. And then it slowed down again. And then it was just really slow.
And that says a lot that he remembers that.
Yeah. Halfway through, he goes, "You like this movie?" And I was like, "Are we just gonna leave it on?" And then our friend Jesse wanted to watch it with us, and he passed out. He was like, "We had to watch it. My coworkers, my friends said this is so good." He's knocked out the whole movie.
Tiny Dancer.
So Nathan gave it. What did you give the rating? You want to give the rating, and then I'll give my review.
3 out of 10.
Let me get started now.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Nathan said 3 out of 10, guys. You
3
know
out of
he's known for 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
This got a 3 out of 10.
drastic change.
Okay, Brittany, we're ready for you.
So I know this guy directed Blade Runner,
Yeah,
right?
it's Sicario.
And I knew that this movie was gonna be slow, and I saw the trailer. I was like, I'm pretty sure part 2 is in this trailer somehow to make it look more interesting or something. And everyone's like, let's watch. I was like, this shit's gonna be slow. I already know.
Mhm.
The movie comes on. I'm like, they got all these good actors: Timothy Chalamet, Josh Brolin, Momoa. I don't know. I've never seen him like act, but he's probably a good actor. And then I just roast people all day. And then they got that chick from Reminiscent. What's that movie watch with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
That was a red
Rebecca
flag
Ferguson?
right there. Just kidding.
What was she?
Reminiscent, the girl that kept
No.
running away.
Which
She was the
one?
mom.
She was the mom.
Hmm.
The witch lady. I
Yeah.
didn't understand what the hell was going on there. And then anyway, the what do I say about this movie? The, and it has good reviews, and the movie doesn't make any sense. There's so many good actors, so many good things. Well, go ahead,
I think it's not that it didn't make sense. It just was so hard to stay engaged.
Yes, very hard to stay engaged, and I try to stay off my phone. And I know people are like, if you love the original or the books, I didn't read the books.
Mhm.
I saw parts of the original, and it was really weird. So I had low expectations for this movie, but even with my low expectations, I was bored. But the soundtrack was pretty dope. The music was the only thing that kept me like engaged.
Mhm.
Oh, Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
He was like the only good part of the movie, I feel like.
Only good part. Okay.
How do I say this? The movie, I wish they just cut out the hour of the movie and put part 2 in there. Yeah, that would have been, maybe I would have liked it. I don't know. But my rating would be as follows: 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
I regret. If you don't have to watch this movie, don't watch it.
I think I would have rather slept.
Yeah, I would have rather got my sleep than wasted.
But I didn't walk out on it. So
you didn't walk out. See, Nathan, though, if somebody else is there and they want to do something, we never leave. So Jesse wanted to watch it, but Jesse slept and we didn't leave. So that's the only reason we stayed there, because I know, Nathan, you wanted to leave. You wanted to turn it off.
You watched it at your house, right?
Yeah, we had the surround sound blasting.
That was the only redeeming quality.
Yeah,
The sound.
the
Yep.
sound. That was the only good part of the movie.
And the graphics, I guess. But that's any movie now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the end of our show, the movie reference. No, that's good.
At least I gave a real review.
That was actually pretty legit. I mean, it's legitimate critiques. You said what you were upset with the movie. You
We
guys
didn't give
rip,
anything away.
you guys didn't rip it apart like I thought you were gonna do.
I thought we did. This is very controversial because that movie has a lot of good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, we really only had 2 critiques. It was super long and not engaging.
Super long, super slow, not engaging.
That's all the same critique, really.
Gotcha. And
I was kinda lost. Can I be honest? I was kind of lost.
I haven't shared how I felt about the movie. I already kind of knew you guys didn't like it because you guys kind of texted me and let me know in advance because we were supposed to watch it together. I don't remember what happened. We went to get Grimaldi's instead. High five to that.
Hello. Yeah.
So I got some stuff that I want to say about the movie. Okay, before I reveal anything. Nathan's
so
giving
worried
me
my
side eye.
dad He
He's
liked
giving me
it.
Nathan's giving me side eye. It's hilarious. Okay. So first off the bat, Brittany, you are correct. This movie has an extraordinary cast. It is stacked. And I think for myself, that was the engaging part, was the cast. Okay. Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Javier, Josh Brolin. This thing is like stacked to the max.
Yes.
with
A
talent.
star. What's the word called?
Star power.
Star power. A lot of star power.
Yes. And the thing that I loved the most in this movie, was the relationship between Paul and Duncan and Paul and his dad. Paul is Timothy Chalamet.
I know.
Okay. I love their relationship with Duncan. It was like a brother, Duncan, it was really like, that's so, I thought that was, I don't know, cute, and it was really cool. And then his dad, Oscar Isaac, like when he tells him that, you don't have to do this, if your answer is no, you'll be the only thing I ever need you to be, my son.
I knew you was gonna say that, right, babe? When we were watching the movie, I was like, I guessed the line.
It was in the trailer.
Oh, it's in the trailer?
Yeah, it's in the trailer.
Oh, damn. I thought it was just too damn good.
But that's what I loved about it, was that it wasn't about his father forcing his son to get into power. I love that. It was a nice change of a pace to just let him be his son and figure out his own way. So they obviously, spoiler, they stripped that from this movie, and so it's like there's nothing like that's going to be available in part 2. That they took that away from Paul, obviously, because he has to step up and be a leader. But I don't even know, like, okay. This is a massive theatrical experience type of movie. This is a like Christopher Nolan-esque type thing where if you saw it in theaters, you'd probably really be engrossed because it's going to be touching the ceiling to the ground. And I get it. I saw it from home myself, and like my sister, I'm not a book reader. Sorry. I've never read the book before. I've never seen the previous movie or movies. I guess there's a couple of them. But the thing that hurts this movie is, besides the fact that, like you guys said, it's slow for a reason. It's because it's trying to get you hooked and trying to get you to be like, oh, you're in a new place and all that stuff, and trying to set up the foundation. Hold on. I see you getting mad.
I guess I didn't pay attention to the trailer when it said, did it say part 1 though?
It doesn't tell you until the beginning of this movie.
Exactly.
So it was like a surprise.
That's a terrible surprise.
That's a terrible surprise. That's
so
like
hold on.
okay, go.
They're setting up the world, and that's the thing. They're trying to make it. They're basically setting up a 3-act structure, but extending it, like expanding it, so you can feel like what it feels like to be a part of the House Atreides, to feel the betrayal that happens, and to feel where it doesn't. That's what the intention is, Brit. So, but the problem is without part 2 being available, and without a little more hints of the future, because yes, Paul has that dream of that battle, but it's not enough to be like you leave unsatisfied.
The ending was terrible.
Yeah.
No, because the thing that makes the ending, I guess, terrible in your eyes, is is that it's like the middle of the story.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's what's hurting it, is that you're leaving in the middle of the story. You don't know what's going on, or at least you don't have anything like really hooked on to be like, oh, I can't wait to see part 2, unless you know what's happening in the books, right? Because like you look at like Harry Potter. Harry Potter had 6 movies or 6 books or whatever before Deathly Hallows Part 1, right? So you already were like invested fully into that franchise before you got to part 2. So it made sense to slow it down a little bit. This one, you're going straight into this book, diving right in, learning about all this information. They're trying to make it entertaining, and it kind of suffers a little bit, especially when it comes to the satisfaction part of the very end, right? So,
Sure.
wow. The movie is not for everyone in a general sense, and probably I even wrote on here it could be labeled boring or pointless, because we're general audience members. It's like, okay, I went through 2.5 hours to get to what? Yes, there's certain things that happen. You got the betrayal that happened, and then he finds the Furman, and he has to like fight his way into the clan. To me, I guess it depends on what generation you are, because this is going to make me sound like I'm like super young, and I'm not. But the movie that I thought of was Avatar. Like, this is like an extended version of the first part of Avatar, of Sully entering the tribe, essentially. And now part 2, it seems like it's going to be all fighting back. That's the only thing I can think of for part 2, is that they're going to be fighting back. They have a common enemy, and of course, Paul has to get revenge for his dad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe if the dreams went a little bit more beyond what we got a picture of the battle, and we got a picture of Paul falling in love with Zendaya, but it's like, because we don't know what's going to happen, because we don't read the books or we've never seen the other movies. I understand. It was like a long, pointless, just to get to the middle of the movie kind of thing. So I get it. I get why you guys didn't like it. I watched this movie twice for you guys, so I could give an honest review. Okay? You still there?
I don't want to hear it now. I said I don't want to hear it now.
Why?
Oh, do you remember my description of was it Equilibrium, Exoquantum, Exacerbation? What was that movie?
Equilibrium?
When I said, it has a plot, it has a beginning, the plot thickens, there's a climax, there's a resolution, and then there's an ending. Yeah. Well, this movie has no ending.
Boom, roasted.
Yes, it doesn't have an ending, but it's part 1.
It's so unsatisfying.
That's a surprise I didn't want. That's like telling someone, oh, the wait is 40 minutes. Oh, just kidding. It's going to be 3 hours.
Oh, we can
get it.
Refrigerator
I get it.
Oh, yeah.
They botched it. They totally botched it. If they had said something like this, part 2 is coming out later this year, well, it's already the end of the year, but maybe by the summer. But they announced that part 2, they're not going to even start filming. It's not coming out until 2023 or something like that. So that's a long wait with a movie that doesn't feel satisfying, right?
Yeah, it gave me
So
nothing.
exactly. If they had part 2 already in production right now and had it ready for summer release of 2022, it might be more, at least a more intriguing, like, oh, okay, part 2 is not too far away, at
Yeah,
least.
I was saying if they released both parts at the same time, I could just watch it. Even as a 5-hour movie, it would probably be okay.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I am on. Did you like? But first off, did you like what I said? Do you agree with everything I said?
What you said is okay.
Was blasphemy. I hated everything you said.
I don't know what to tell you, Margally. You're different.
I watched it twice for you.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, also, do any of you know what happened to Brolin's character, or did I miss that?
Who's
I don't
that?
think anything happened to him. He
Who's
just
that?
did he blow up? Roland, the one that was sword fighting Paul at one scene.
Which one's
He has
Paul?
the goatee.
Timothy Chalamet.
Which one's Timothy Chalamet?
The main actor.
The kid.
Yeah, he puts the shield on, and then Josh Brolin's like,
Oh, the trainer.
yeah, the trainer.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, I totally agree with as far as like what you guys said. I probably liked it a lot more than you guys did.
just say what you gotta say, bro.
I out of 10 though.
None of our audience is gonna trust you if you give this review.
No,
and
but
watch
here's the
it
thing,
and
I-
they get so upset.
Well, statistically, they will like it because that's what everyone has been saying.
Oh,
Yeah, and I think they'll get more like so I made the argument about Deathly Hallows Part 1. That movie probably to the book readers is a lot more satisfying, but to myself, I remember leaving going, okay. But at least they had an objective in the next movie, right? They're gonna go after all the Horcruxes. And I kind of felt the same way with Mockingjay Part 1. When I left, I was like, okay. But Part 2 was kind of like, so it's hard for me. Usually Part 1 leaves me feeling like, oh, like I want to know the ending. I want to know the climax, the resolution. And so we have to wait for a long time. So right now my review is probably right around the 6 out of 10. Maybe 5.5 out of 10.
it's
Okay.
still a D.
That's an F.
That's an F. Well, he
That's
said
an F.
6 out of 10 at first.
That's also an
It
F.
might be a
That's an
6 out
F?
of 10. I think I'm leaning towards a 6.
Still an F. Nathan said
And but the thing is too, here's the thing. If part 2 comes out, I'm gonna ask you guys, if part 2 does come out, or it will come out,
I'll probably
and it actually, because I'm gonna make you watch it. But if there's a chance that movie actually ends up being really awesome, do you think part 1 would be better?
yeah.
You guys froze.
Oh yeah. Nathan said by itself, no. And I still
But-
think
together, maybe.
That's what I'm
Probably.
saying.
I don't think we
Yeah.
need both films. Wasting my time.
But there, okay, but I do argue there are some things I get it, like some of the things I get that were like, okay, this was just waste of time, we could have had some more part 2, but part 2 seems like it's going to be kind of like this epic battle that's going to go down. It's going to have a lot of action. Paul's going to learn how to become some type of leader that he's supposed to become, right? The leader of House of Atreides. And-
So basically, you're saying part 1 is a necessary for background information.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I could see that.
But of course, like we said, how are we supposed to know? Like and this is a good thing as far as like us reviewing it, because we are new to this franchise. This isn't something, yes, it's been done before, but this isn't like an established franchise like say a Star Wars or the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know what I mean? So as far as us, we were leaning more
I
towards
have
the
another
negative side.
analogy.
Huh?
I have another analogy for you.
Go ahead, tell me.
Imagine you go to Steak 48 and order a full meal, and then you just get bread.
Yeah. Good job, babe.
That's actually pretty good. But that actually kind of works because I enjoyed the bread.
And then you have to wait 5 years. No, you have to leave and then come back.
I know they definitely botched the whole release, at least with like the Matrix movies. Reloaded came out in like May, and then Revolutions came out in November.
Yeah, like this part one would have been fine if they came out with part two. No, because after part one, I don't think I'd be interested in watching part two, to be honest with you.
And that's where I was when I first watched it. Because on first watch, I was like, okay, it's beautiful. And I will say this, if they said, Mark, I want you to come and film a thing for this movie, I'd say yes. This is that type of movie that I would love to be in. Obviously, the ultimate goal is a Christopher Nolan movie, which will never happen. And this is coming from a guy who has no training, okay? So shout out to Alex, who has all the training in the world. But like, this is the type of movie that I would love to be in. That'd be so sick. But I lost my train of thought. What were we saying?
Basically, I was talking about how I would not watch part two.
Oh, yeah.
You basically think this movie has some good elements.
Yes,
And
it's
if you were asked
shot.
to be in this movie, you'd be like, yeah, the movie is beautifully shot.
It looks awesome. It's cool that the mix of the real world and digital effects, but at the same time, I get it. You left kind of hollow. As much as they try to make you feel connected to the characters, I thought I know it's a book, but the worst choice was to keep the mom alive, because I feel like there's no emotional connection between the mom and Paul.
Yeah, they should have killed her off.
It should have been the dad. Like, I feel like it's a dad story. You know what I mean? And but of course it's a book, and that's probably what happens in the book. And from what I understand, the director's a huge fan of the book, so he's obviously like really trying to make it come to life.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I also haven't seen like Lord of the Rings, and I think the Lord of the Rings apparently is sort of like this, right? It's set up where each movie kind of leaves on like an ending, but it's not the ending yet, because they still have to wait till the third movie. You guys haven't seen Lord of the Rings? I haven't either.
I've seen it, but it was a really long time ago.
I'm trying to think of another franchise that did something like this.
None.
This is not a good idea.
But I can see, we always talk about The Dark Knight, but it is, at least with The Dark Knight, it's 3 satisfying movies. They all have a beginning, middle, and end. So that's, I get it.
You can see why we're upset.
Yeah, I can see why you're upset. I just liked it a little bit more. I also, at this point, am with mixed feelings because there's not a part 2 just yet. And we have to wait so long for it. And there's a good chance that they might cancel it, and that would suck, right?
I feel like this movie has good press, good critic, like they have critics that really love this movie, and I don't think the layman's audience or like moviegoers actually like this movie. I think they have to be people that read the book, that like the original film with freaking, is it Sting? With Sting in it. I think those are the only people that are gonna like this movie. Otherwise, you have to be someone that really likes cinematography and like all like those elements. Like you have to be someone that really likes Dune and sci-fi. Like that's the only thing I'm gonna say about it.
I get it. Yeah, and though I can't help to see the similarities between this passion project and the last Denis Villeneuve one where he did Blade Runner 2049. You can
Yeah, that one
feel,
was pretty slow, but that one was I
yeah,
liked that one. Like it oh yeah, after like it was very slow in the
yeah,
beginning, but yeah, again, it was the music that made it good. And
yeah,
then I don't want to be a spoiler, but the way Gosling was on the stairs at the end,
yeah, yeah.
that made it
I
better. I
gotcha.
don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know. It didn't even Villeneuve. I don't know how to say his last name. I love the filmmaker. I think he does like a really epic job. He's in the vein of like Christopher Nolan. Like Sicario it's a little burn. It's short. It's like 2 hours, but you can actually feel the length of that movie before you get to the ending because the ending is where it's at for that movie.
Yeah, that movie was really good.
So, and then Prisoners, I remember just feeling very intense. I don't remember exactly what happened. I just remember the feeling, and once they put snakes in it, that's when I said, I'm not watching this again.
No more.
So I don't know. My gosh, that took a lot out of me.
That was stressful.
I hope
But
it sounds good.
Our truth was heard.
I hope it sounds good to the audience.
It's gonna sound good. We gave our honest opinion. Why would that not
Yeah.
sound good?
No, I'm just saying. I hope it sounds good. And I want to shout out to the audience. Speaking of being humble, you guys really listened to me talk last. Thank you so much for indulging me in my get to know me episode.
Yeah, we got you, bro.
I'd rather watch again.
What?
He said he'd rather watch Reminiscence again.
Then listen to me.
No, then
Oh,
Watch this again.
You timed that poorly, Nathan.
Yeah, baby.
I literally felt like Indiana Jones. You just took my heart out of my chest.
That was pretty messed up. He got you there, bro.
No, I would no, I will not watch Reminiscence again. I would rather watch Dune a third time than watch Reminiscence again. There's an example of a movie I dislike.
Whoa.
Sorry, I said it.
Well, at least he finally found something he didn't like.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
We're getting such a baby.
Well, because come on, it's Hugh Jackman, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, we all do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got a couple things I want to end the show with here. We did pretty good on time. Let's see here.
Talk to me.
So at the end of the month, expect an announcement
What's
regarding the
happening?
show. Regarding the show. I talked to you about it, but don't say it out loud. I told you already.
Text it to me. I forgot.
Oh my gosh. It's like important pertaining to both of us. Anyways, at the end of the month, I'm going to make an announcement. And then also next week, I've been planning this episode for months. Well, I guess the idea of it, but is it going to be a very special episode next week? I think that's all I'm going to tease. That's a good enough one, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's gonna be a special one next week, and then, man, then after that, getting married, man. I can't wait. I'm still debating on whether or not there's gonna be an episode that week. I guess that's Thanksgiving week, so. It probably will be. The show must go on.
The show must go on. But do we get holidays or what?
No, never.
Because we love what we do.
But if we record in advance, it's technically not a holiday.
I just want our audience to grow.
They will. It's going to take its time, especially. Oh, excuse me. I feel like after I make my announcement on the 30th, it's going to be more of a concrete and consistent thing.
Yeah.
It will start making the audience grow because it's going to be the same thing. Ooh, what a tease.
What a tease.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for coming, for doing this, and giving your honest opinions about the movie Dune Part 1. And also indulging me on my actor complaining critique.
We're with you, bro. We're full of criticism today.
I know.
Just to let the audience know, I started my first full-time job. And it's all right.
Okay.
I had a bad day. But I had to record with my broski.
But I didn't force you.
He didn't force me, but I was, Nathan cheered me up, and then you FaceTime me, cheered me up.
Of course. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Follow whatever. Follow Instagram. Follow the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any type of podcast. Thank you, Anchor, for distributing it. This has been brought to you by Mom and Cake Pop. And brought by Homegirl Designs.
Oh, yeah. And then if you need a dental cleaning, you know where to go.
And
I don't know if I'm allowed to bring up where I work.
Yeah. If you need to know about movies, you just know where to follow us, and we will watch it and talk about it and all that stuff. So shout out to you guys. Congratulations again on your engagement. And I'm so happy. Tattoos.
Tattoo crew.
Adios.